Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update this channel daily. If you like this watch, see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5202R-001, a 40.2mm rose gold Baselworld 2012 debutante. It is the larger in-house caliber successor to the much-loved 5004 split-second Perpetual calendar chronograph. So it is a larger watch, but it is not an oversized watch. Designed for modern tastes, the 40.2mm rose gold case is an easy match for a smaller wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. Lug to lug, the size is nicely constrained at 47.1mm. You can wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. The thickness of the watch is reasonable, given 496 parts. It's 14.5mm with a generously sloped case flank and concave bezel profile. The watch does have dramatically downturned lugs, as you can see. Let's give ourselves somewhat better focus now so we can enjoy the details. The lugs turn almost 90 degrees from the horizontal of the case band. There's absolutely no constraint on the movement of the strap, and because they are so short and tightly downturned, you can wear this watch easily with security and proportion on a small wrist. The spacing between the lugs, should you wish to accessorize, is 20mm, and the strap is robust. It's equal to the occasion of this watch. Bolstered, large rectangular scale alligator leather, folded edge monotone stitch, dark brown, natural calfskin, Patek Philippe strap, naturally, filigree style Calatrava cross atop a full red gold folding buckle for security against droppage while donning or removing. The case, remarkably complex. This is old school case manufacture. As you can see, welded lugs. So the case is made, the lugs are made, they're then soldered together with all evidence of the joint subsequently removed to make it appear as though the two had been constructed as a single form. And truly well assembled soldered lug designs create a sharp crease between the two surfaces, and that's achieved here. You will note there is a fluting about the lug profile to give it strength and definition, but then that's echoed and mirrored inside where the lugs face each other. Wonderful attention to detail, and more beautiful for it. The case band has volume, it has a sexy curve to it, as well as a strong circumferential character line caused by the vertical lip of the bezel where it abuts the case flank. You see the same effect created by the junction with the case back. All of high polish red gold, and it is red gold. The copper content of this is very high. Coaxial rattrapante trigger moving to the dial. Let's discuss that for which you have paid. Perpetual calendar chronograph, and everything easy to see. Red gold hands, red gold applique loomed indices. There will be a loom shot. Apertures for the day and the month. Aperture for the leap year cycle indicator, the AM PM no-go danger zone, so you know when not to use the case flank pushers to adjust the calendar. You can see there's a coaxial moon phase display with a radial date. You have constant seconds at 9 o'clock, and you have chronograph minutes at 3 o'clock. All of that and two superimposed chronograph seconds hands at center. So let's turn this over and get a quick look at the minute jumper, because I actually froze the watch close to the jump of the minute to show you this feature. Get a little bit closer, and now you can see there is a pawl and wheel system that comprises the minute jumper. It's actually underneath the apparatus for the split-second device. So now we're going to restart everything. Watch the pawl jump. There it is. That's how the minute jumper works. And on the other side, the result is an instantaneous jump of that chronograph minutes hand. Close up our clasp so it's not flapping in the breeze, and jump back to the case back. This is Patek Philippe's manufacture caliber CH29535 PSQ. It's a alphabet soup that is particularly delectable with, yes, 496 parts and two column wheels. Let's see what they do. One is part of the apparatus for the split-second mechanism. You can see the pincers at center, which actually stop the first set of hands, and the column wheel underneath its black polished cap with its springs. I'm going to actuate it. Now, you can see the pincers moving away from and into contact with that center wheel. It's arrested now. It's not moving. And now it is moving. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer even. Keep this thing in focus. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the watch. Rejoin the two hands, stop the chronograph, and you can see I'm going to show you how the second column wheel, which is capped and black polished, interacts with the horns and levers to move the primary driving clutch for the chronograph. That's driven off the fourth wheel of the civil time train, but you can see how it moves the driving wheel, the intermediate, into contact with the chronograph center wheel. The driving wheel driven off the fourth wheel is almost right above the escape wheel of the watch, and you can see how it moves away from and into contact. That's why you want a manual wind, a lateral clutch chronograph rather than the more high-tech vertical clutch automatic system. This lets you see and enjoy everything. Now move out of contact, you're going to watch the chronograph levers hit the heart cams and recenter the system at center, just like that, spinning back to a zeroed stance on the dial side. Manual wind, 4 hertz beat rate, so it is a modern 28.8 beat rate. It is a 65-hour power reserve. Unlike its predecessor, CH2770 caliber, it does feature both the Gyromax free sprung balance and a hacking or stop seconds function. Moreover, it features a ferrous overcoil hairspring. Rather than using the Spiromax silicon system, Patek still uses traditional ferrous overcoil hairsprings for its premier complications in many instances, and it still has 6-position adjustment, just like the silicon hairspring models. What else can I say about this movement? Well, it is remarkably beautiful. Everything is hand-finished. It's incredible to think that all of this can be executed at the level of fine art by artisans who spend an excruciating amount of time and energy on each part, and it still works as an engineered time engine. It's not just beautiful, it functions. It has a guaranteed precision of -3 plus 2 seconds per day per Patek Philippe, so they're even bold enough to guarantee timing. You can see it has wonderful depth. All of the screws black polished. You see them turning black at the right angle. The edge of every lever with mirrored beveling, the chamfer that's known as anglage, the real thing, not filed with a milling machine, but rounded by hand with hand tools. Grain, straight grain, across all of the levers of the chronograph. Côte de Genève across the bridges. There is an even engine-turned perlage across the base plate, and the depth from every angle as you enjoy the 2-column wheels, the split-second mechanism, the lateral clutch, the balance, the escapement, all of the parts executed for your enjoyment. You realize quite quickly why this watch costs $283,000 US, quite simply because that's how much work goes into it. Sold by the dozens, not the hundreds per year. You can see and purchase this 5204R on the watch box. And we're back with the 5204R. As you can see, robustly loomed and Patek with a clever feature, a differential index loom, allowing you to easily distinguish the 12 o'clock side of the dial from the 6 o'clock bottom of the dial by night. See it by day on the watch box.